Hello, Internet. Welcome to another episode of Watching Fear the Walking Dead on the Playback. I am Hector, and this is Marina, and we're back with episode 9 of season 2 of Fear the Walking Dead, the spin-off to The Walking Dead. Los Muertos is what it was called, which for people that don't speak Spanish means a big wooden ship. So let's get right into this episode. After reading your notes that you sent me, I was like, you know what? I did like this one better than episode 8, than last week. I really did.
This was the best episode by far.
Why was it the best episode by far?
It was written much better than the other ones. I don't know if they got a different right. I have no idea what happened, or maybe they just gave him a boost or something. Like they were like, here, have an energy drink. But it was so much better.
Yeah.
And it was directed much better.
Yeah.
Deborah Chow, I think, is the
director.
So
cool.
Just have her do the rest of the fucking series because seriously.
There was still moments of these characters are dumb.
Yeah, of course.
And I was still a little bit... The thing is like, this was a better episode, but halfway into it, I was still kind of like bored because I think the show hasn't gotten me back from the last episode and the last few episodes. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
You can't skip from garbage to Breaking Bad. You have to go in between and be like, this is like the shittiest episode of The Walking Dead, or like somewhere along
and then get there. All right, let's go through it. The opening sequence was the Mexican guy getting he walked out into a bunch of zombies and got eaten.
Which I thought the cool part about it is that we haven't seen that concept before.
That is true.
They found something else to do.
Cool because it was original. It was cool because visually. It was cool because it was scary. It was cool because that little girl was watching her dad, which was so messed. Like, was nobody else around?
Yeah.
Did nobody ensure that little girl was like in her room?
Part. Yeah, that was the dumb part. Is like, despite it being a tiny community, they were like, she's fine.
And then, so it's cool for those reasons. But like, I thought it was dumb because it just it
makes no sense.
It makes no sense. I don't understand how a person could get to that point where they just walk out instead of like, I'm gonna walk out here, shoot myself in the head, and then they'll eat me. And then what was their justification for it? It was a way to keep the zombies fed and away, or it was just like,
okay, so this is what I think.
He was bitten, so he's gonna turn.
Yeah.
He was sick, infected, whatever.
He was bitten?
Yeah, or he was infected. Yeah, I thought that's what they had said in the episode.
Oh,
okay.
I don't know. I think this is the thing that makes the most sense to me.
Okay.
Is that they have a ring of walkers that lives around their town. To protect it from other... It's basically that ravine.
Yeah.
Except on purpose and around their little town. So if you walk up to the town,
you're just going to
be like... Yeah, you're just going to be like, oh shit, there's a bunch of walkers, I can't go through.
Okay. And to keep the walkers there as opposed to having them be bored and wander off.
Yeah, and other walkers, I assume, that wander up aren't going to keep going. They're just going to be like, oh, it's only dead people. So, but I didn't know that he was
I think that's why he sort of made that little, like, sacrificial move. Because the doctor said, like, he was going to, this is what happens when people get sick. And then he was informing Nick about it, and then so Nick was kind of learning more about the world.
I thought he was just sort of, like, sick but not from a bite, and it was a test to be like, am I really ill, or are they gonna eat me? Like, if they ignore me, like if I'm close enough to death, then they will just ignore me.
Maybe it was that. I don't know.
It was a cool idea, but
sure,
that's about it.
And then we got to Madison, and I forget that other guy's name, the guy who lost his lover, his boyfriend. But
I do forget his name.
I hate that guy.
Yeah,
I still hate him. Still a jerk.
His acting was like annoying, but now he's evened out.
Their scenes were good, is what I'm saying. Like when we took a break and went to them at the bar, especially, their scenes were good. Yeah. What is that part? What's up?
When Nick is in the bus and he's like, Donde, and then she's just like, shut the fuck up. But it's very funny to watch him be like, Donde.
Yeah, that was great. The doctor character I'm not really feeling yet because he's a little bit too, he just doesn't seem authentic enough for me. No. Maybe it is like the accent, maybe it is, I don't know.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this moment, which I thought was very, very cool, and it reminded me of like the movie The Happening, but much better. When the bodies were falling off of the hotel and getting up, I was like, that's pretty good special effects. This is a cool part of the episode. Yeah. And you had that in your notes as well because it was cool.
And it makes you think that what's her face commits suicide.
Who?
The girl who's missing.
Oh, the girl who's missing?
oh my god, we need to learn the characters' names. The daughter of the guy who died, the guy who was like the badass, who was from like not Mexico. He's not Mexican. He's from like El Salvador, I think, or something.
Right. His daughter,
Yeah, his daughter, who was basically suicidal.
Yes.
You're supposed to think that that's her, like, because she can't find her. The blonde sister can't find her. Yeah. So you're supposed to, and then you see a woman fall, and you're supposed to be like, oh shit, it's her. She committed suicide. Which is what I thought. Yeah. But then you see that it's walkers. Yeah. And so you're like, oh, okay, cool. But I thought it was very cool.
It was very cool. And again, the thing that I have continued to like ask for and complained about, where I'm like, I just want a straight sort of drama, and then people get overrun with numbers.
Yes.
That happened at the bar.
Yeah.
Stupid, kind of still stupid. It's such a balance. It's such a tricky thing to write that and make it convincing, because it has to be well shot and kind of well staged
and well acted.
Well acted, because if it's not, you think, get out of there, you dummies. You didn't cover all your exits. You didn't do things that you would be doing in that situation. But if it's done well, you're like, oh my god, like they're gonna die. So but I also like the thing of like dude was like, oh, we gotta go, because they were both drunk on a lot of shots. He was like, we gotta go now. And she's like, what is it? Oh no. That'll sober you up, but also what happens if you are drunk? You're probably a little sloppy, you're gonna stumble your way out of there. So so I really like that. So what was the last sequence in the episode?
I don't remember. What was?
Was
just
it
like
the bar?
It was a montage of the zombies coming in and Alicia.
Yes.
Like looking around for the other girl, but it was just shot in a way that was not great, and it was supposed to be like very dramatic. It was like the dramatic in the way that the Walking Dead used to be dramatic, where they would have these cuts in the very end. But that show earned it,
right?
And this one didn't. So everything up until that very last sequence, I was like, great. But then the last sequence, it was like pretty melodramatic. So I was like, all right, everybody relax, let's calm down.
What about that theory that we just looked at on the internet, where they said because Madison was revealed to be from Alabama, that just like every person in the South, it's going to be maybe related to somebody in the regular Walking Dead. Do you think that there's any weight to that?
They'll probably try, but what a dumb coincidence.
It's like, my brother, Rick Grimes. She'll say something like my long-lost, my stepbrother, Rick Grimes. Yeah. He was a cop. I hope that doesn't happen.
What a stretch.
How would you, if they did a crossover, how would you want it to go down?
Boy, more subtly than that. That's brother. Because if someone was like, "Hey, have you ever been to Colorado?"
Right.
And you're like, "Yeah."
Do you know my one guy that I know in Colorado? It's like, no.
Out of the whole state. Yeah.
No.
And he's one of the very few people who survived the apocalypse. Like, get out of here.
Yeah.
But of course, they're gonna do that eventually.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would be cool if something happened where a character from Fear the Walking Dead kind of goes missing, maybe like a sort of a prominent character goes off of the show somehow, and you don't know if they're alive or dead. And then in The Walking Dead that same season, or literally like the next week or whenever,
oh my God,
that character shows up, but it's like 5 years later. Do you know what I'm saying? Just because it's a time jump. It would be a time jump, because this is still supposed to be in the past. So how would that character,
that actor, whoever it is, would be so thankful
they
got to switch
to The Walking Dead,
a shitty from Fear the Walking Dead to The Walking Dead. They're just gonna be like, yes.
And it would be cool if they did the opposite too, where somebody was on The Walking Dead, and then they showed what happened to them right after the zombie apocalypse, and somehow they were in California. Do you know what I mean? They could do that as well, and then it's like a
character who already died.
Yeah, that would be great.
That actor would be happy.
That would just be like
died, and they get another shot at it.
That'd be like Han from the Fast and Furious. He'd be stoked. He gets to come back for 3 extra movies. But that'd be great. Where it's like you introduce a character on The Walking Dead, either from the comic books or not, and then they die, and then it's like the season finale, and then it says like next week on Fear the Walking Dead, and that character with like
Dale.
no beard shows up. Like Dale comes back. Oh, I would love Dale in his RV with his wife. Going across the country. That'd be great. That'd be cool. So are you super into the show now, or are you just like, this is an upgrade?
No, this is an upgrade.
Okay.
I mean, let's baby steps.
Okay.
I'm very pleased. Again, I lowered my expectations real far.
Fair.
So this is like great.
Yeah.
This is like a very nice treat.
Yeah.
Although they should have, speaking of treats, they should have eaten that wedding cake. They just like looked at it.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, well, let's not touch that. I was like, eat it. It's like a couple days old, maybe.
It's food. it's
like a week old
you need calories at this point.
Like they were like, none of us are hungry, it's fine, and it's like, get eat that cake.
That was real dumb. That was real dumb. And then wasn't there like a metaphor like that the doctor was talking to Nick something about like, what do you do if you have a cake and it's not well or something like that, and it was just like, eat the cake, or I don't know what the thing was. It was so dumb. Yeah, I'm not all the way into the show yet, but this was an upgrade. I mean, we're going to keep watching it.
Yeah.
Do you feel like, Marina, that now the show is just it has stopped trying to be different and is now just trying to be Mexican The Walking Dead, or The Walking Dead in Mexico? Like, do you think they're the formula was kind of similar, right? Like, if you break down the formula, it's like mysterious opening with that guy, learn about a town. Nick, again, I started getting to this episode when Nick started to make those moves of like stealing the thing and then being like, you need us for this reason. I'm like, okay, but it's very familiar to The Walking Dead.
Maybe they just gave up on, and they were like, you know what is the structure for Walking Dead?
Yeah.
Let's just do the same thing. And it worked. The structure worked for Walking Dead, so why not do the same thing? It got much better. So like, I think
do the structure, but the way it should be different is the characters should make different decisions. Set up a scenario where it's so familiar and essentially copycatted from The Walking Dead, where you're like, this is Alexandria, or this is this, or this is that. But it's like, but how's Nick going to react? Totally how is Madison going to react? How is Travis with his crazy son who's like, oh, murderer, leave me alone? What the hell are they doing right now? Like, just make the characters different, have different decisions, and try to explain why those characters made those decisions based on what they've been through.
Yeah.
But the formula, sure.
Did you like it better?
I did like it better. Yeah. After looking at your notes, and again, halfway through the episode, and then to the end, I was like, okay. And I was like, this is better. Because the first part, I was still bored because I'm like, this is like Nick, and it's dumb, and they're walking around, and she's telling him, like, put that on your face. And I'm like, I've seen this a million times on this show and on the other show. But
they walked through that crowd of walkers. Like, she stabbed the walker and slit its throat and whatever. And those walkers went like 5 inches in their entire conversation, and they were just like, we're going to take our sweet time.
Whereas
and then
sometimes
they just walked through them. And
a walker's like 20 feet away, and a guy's like, oh, and then he's like right here. Like, all right. It's dumb. Well, guys, stay tuned for next week. We're going to be back with another episode review. Yeah. But also, this is really exciting. I just reread this. Marina's going to be reading for the first time. Well, you actually kind of read this.
I skimmed it.
The first time we're diving into the Walking Dead comic book, and Marina's going to give us our thoughts, and we're going to talk about it. The good, the bad. Compare it. You cannot.
Because I've seen the whole show, obviously, and I've never read.
I skimmed
this one only, but I've never read any of the comics.
That's such a great perspective. I cannot wait to talk to somebody who has seen every episode of the show, but has like never seen the comic book that inspired it.
Yeah.
We're going to compare this show and the comic book. We're going to go through every single volume in order and get to all of the differences and how it diverts from the show. It's going to be great. Just real quick, from kind of skimming it, if you can give the internet your one-word review of that volume, Days Gone By, Volume 1 of the Walking Dead comic book so far.
Subpar.
Is that one word, or is that a hyphen? That counts. Subpar? Yeah. Okay, great. This is going to be great. My review is, my one-word review is, my one-word review is smart. That'll be my one-word review. The comic book is smart? Yeah. Okay, for that volume, I'll be like, smart. And then we can get in, we can talk about it next week. So stay tuned.
I'm comparing it to the show. So.
Of course, right. And I'm just like, smart. I'll say this. It was vato-less. There was no vatos. No vatos in that volume of the comic book, which makes it better than season 1. A-okay. There's no vatos protecting their grandmas. Yeah. That's it. All right, guys. We'll see you next week. Tell us below what's your favorite part of the episode, what your least favorite part of the episode was.
If you liked it better.
If you liked it better than last week's. Mm-hmm. Okay?
Bye.